Welcome to the Real Estate Majlis podcast, where we dive into the latest real estate insights and trends. Whether you are a seasoned investor or a first-time buyer, our podcast is here to provide valuable information and expert advice. This episode is powered by Bayut, the UAE's leading property platform and proud member of the Dubizo Group. Whether you're buying, selling, or renting, Bayut connects you with real estate solutions tailored to your needs using innovative tools like TrueCheck, TrueEstimate, TrueBroker, and Bayut GPT. From finding your next home to advertising your listings with confidence, Bayut offers real photos, real prices, and real properties, helping you make informed decisions in the market. Welcome to another episode of the Real Estate Majlis podcast. And today we have a social media mogul, real estate broker, CEO of Dacha Real Estate, Alessia. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
And of course, I need to introduce my co-host, Mahmoud.
Great to be with you today.
Yeah, so happy to be on this podcast.
Thank you so much.
So Alessia, you've been in the market, probably I think she's the first license who registered on the freehold when 2004 came into place.
No, our company was registered in 2004. My mother opened the business.
Right.
And then after university, I came here and I started working with her in 2008.
Yeah.
So 18 years.
But the company was
the
incorporated
company,
when
yes.
the freehold law
Yeah,
came
it's still
into place.
3-digit RARA number 393. So it's still,
And the most important thing, after all the cycles, you're still around. What's the secret?
And I still don't have gray hair.
No, but that we will never have. That's just for the record.
The secret, I think, is from my side, is obviously to not over leverage. And when the crisis does come, not to panic, and also to do the best for the clients. And whenever even we sell something, it's always for the long term. I know some brokers came, let's say in 2022, their whole idea was just to sell, make as much commission as possible, no matter what they're selling, and leave. But with us, even when I train my brokers, it's always to give the clients the right advice and offer the right products. I want to be here in the next 10, 15 years, and I want to look at these clients and continue doing business with them. So I think that's the secret. And even my client, who I sold the property to, when I was just beginning, and 15, 16 years ago, he called me now in March saying that, oh, how's the market? I was sure he was calling me because maybe he's panicking, but no, he's like, any good deals? I want to buy. And interestingly, actually, 3 clients called me that week, all with the same question, I want to buy.
Any good deals, any distressed deals?
Yeah, exactly. There's no.
2004 till today, big jump.
Yes.
So how is your organization today differ from 2004? And how is Dubai real estate market today differ from 2004?
Oh my God, you have how many hours to tell you? But in brief, obviously in 2004, things were very off-plan focused. Yeah. And at that time, the company was small. And when I came in 2008 and joined, my mom at that time maybe had 5 agents. And also when I started in the financial crisis, again, off-plan stopped. So we had to do rentals, we had to do secondary markets. And then I met my husband who joined, and we started growing the business. And now we have almost 150 brokers.
Wow.
So
150.
we changed a lot. But what we always stuck to, because that's when I joined, is the secondary market. And even when I was speaking to my colleagues in the business who have off-plan companies, they always told me, Alessia, why aren't you focusing on off-plan? Why aren't you focusing on off-plan? And I said that secondary is what we do best. And I always believe in focusing on one thing that you're really good at. Yeah. And they always used to say to me that we don't think this off-plan boom will continue and you will be the one who will win. The off-plan guys were doing like huge deals. So honestly, I'm happy that we kept on the secondary market route. Yeah.
But you, as you said, you started in the sales and the leasing business yourself, and now today you're CEO of the business. It's a typical transition I've seen with other brokers that they start small and then obviously they grow, and eventually the owners, the first owners are the ones selling themselves, right? And then that evolves into becoming the CEO. As the CEO of Dacha, what are your priorities right now?
So right now is to, first of all, save as many jobs as I can. We didn't lay off people like some people did straight away in March. Save the salaries as well. Keep the salaries. We didn't do any pay cuts. And then just to be able to at least break even to continue until, the next boom or when things readjust. So right now, my plan for the summer and stuff is, just to make ends meet.
With 32,000 or even more real estate brokers in the Dubai real estate market alone, how do you compete? How do you differentiate yourself from other brokers?
If you speak to Bayut, they will tell you that Dacha is top 10 in terms of secondary market brokers. It's a fact. February, I think they had their awards. We won Agency of the Year in the premium category. So we're basically doing everything right to do with the secondary market. Our training is on point. We have agents who've been with us for 15 years. So the way we differentiate ourselves is through quality, being here for such a long time, and of course, social media exposure that I also offer to the agents and to the properties that come on the books with us.
But that's a great point. I really want to talk about your social media profile because you are one of the top content creators in the region. I always tell people when it comes to personal brand, right? People need to look at you and say, oh, that's the lady that does that, right? You don't want to be jack of all trades, right? Otherwise, it would be very hard for somebody to recognize you. Do you think there's any particular sector of the market that's being more affected, if any?
Tourism, of course.
Yes, from real estate, whether it's off-plan or resales.
Honestly, I'm so surprised in terms of how everything is going because I'll be honest, I got scared in March, right?
Yes.
And I didn't know what to expect. But even during the first week, we had clients buying off-plan.
Yes.
We had clients buying secondary markets. And now, since the school resumed, everything is like, okay, it's not back to normal, but the activity is there and we're renting, we're selling. And off-plan still is also moving. Off-plan is still transacting. And off-plan resale, like secondary market, is still transacting. And even some people said holiday homes are going to be affected. But my friend who owns a holiday homes company said the opposite, that people now don't want to commit to the long-term
rent. And
their holiday homes business is booming.
Wow, well, that's there's always opportunities, right, in situations like that.
So I think it really depends on the leader of the business, how they're going to position themselves. So far, honestly, I haven't seen a dramatic impact on off-plan, which most people are saying that's going to take an impact because I think that's very tourism-driven as well, right? Overseas investment. So far, also a lot of people who are here in Dubai and GCC countries are buying off-plan as well. Rentals and secondary, I think it will always continue, right? Because people always need a place to live.
You educate buyers, sellers, you give a lot of awareness. Is that like some CEOs think that they shouldn't give this for free? So what's the main idea? What Alessia is trying to achieve from being close to investors, sellers, buyers?
Honestly, the best thing I've done was to start my social media journey. And initially, I didn't know why I was doing it, but like 2 years down the line, I realized how much benefit it is bringing me in terms of people trusting me and automatically the brand. Recruitment, I didn't spend like 1 dirham even on trying to do any campaigns for recruitment. CVs were just flowing in. And now, like I said, getting listings. Like when my agents speak to sellers, they're like, oh yeah, we saw Alessia, we like her. And also what I think that the funny content, maybe some people will say is not very professional or whatever, but I think sometimes it makes you very relatable.
Yes.
For me, exactly the benefit of giving this knowledge is that I gain the client's trust. And also, I think that's the best content you can do, educational, because then also agents feel like, okay, that person knows what they're talking about. I want to go work with them. Or the clients feel like, okay, I relate to what she's saying. I want to buy or sell through them.
We still have brokers in this day and age talking about cold calling as if it's the way to get listings. I'm not denying that if you're good, you're not going to get those listings, you will. But in general, today, the only way, in my view, for you to build your career is getting people to come to you. And there's nothing easier than setting up social media channels that are free, number one, cost you nothing, and building content.
I have to disagree in terms of being free because I had to hire, like I had a separate team who was doing my TikToks. I have a separate team who's doing my Instagram. I also have like a strategist. So it's actually a big investment.
Yeah. But you made this investment as you evolved, right?
But at the same time, I know some brokers and I would totally advise that you can do it yourself with a camera and actually the natural content is better.
Yeah.
But then the other cost is the time, because sometimes you can keep on trying. You are losing your focus from like the main job, right? Going to viewings, following up with customers. Some people get really like addicted to social media, and this is what all they're doing. And you don't see the
can
comeback.
be time consuming,
And some people are not made for social media. Like some people are much better like speaking to people face to face. So I always advise that unless you're super passionate about social media and you're ready to wait, because there's a lot of brokers now, by the way, competing for that, space. Yes, that's you're better off perhaps investing your time into opening the company's CRM, for example, Dacha, since 2012. There's so many clients in there, and making those connections, or being in the community trying to speak to people. But like if you like social media, like, and you want to build the brand, then for sure, there's many benefits.
From the so many years you've been in this market, what is the most commonly wrong thing about this market that investors do all the time? And you think this is an important thing not to be done by investors?
A lot of investors just fall for the hype. They fall for a brochure, for fancy pictures, but they don't go into detail and actually figuring out where's the location. Like, I'm sure you know there's some developers who would say this location is 5 minutes from Mall of Emirates, but in reality it's, 40 minutes.
Everything's 5 minutes, right? You know, the videos, everything's 5 minutes from landmark.
So it would be, don't listen to everything that's written in the brochure and what the agent is saying. Just figure it out yourself. Open the map, Google Map, right? And see the time in traffic. Research the developer, the reputation, the previous product, because I've seen so many clients who regretted their buying decision. They said it was just in spur of the moment. It was in the mall. Sorry to say, but like pretty girl convinced me to buy or whatever. And I didn't do the research. The pretty girls, blame the girls. That's what I think.
Very convincing.
Not doing enough research for themselves.
I want to go back to the social media topic because I do have a lot of questions. And because
so Mahfouz will have the hard questions and you will have the easy ones.
No, because I find personal branding so important for real estate brokers to succeed. And you said you heavily invested in an infrastructure for your social media, as you said. You don't, because there's time, right? It's time and money, and obviously you have to do your job. You're CEO of a major company, so you do need a group of people to be, providing you the strategy. Just show up for recording, right? Now, your content's very diverse. You go from posting listings to funny to educational. What's the right balance? If you were to give somebody an advice to start and they say, I really want to do, but I don't want to just be posting, here's my one bedroom,
By the way, I don't want to sound like a social media guru because it took me...
But you are. Look at the amount of followers.
No, but there's people who do something completely right and they grow to 200,000 followers in a year.
Yes.
It took me a long time.
Sure.
But anyways, at least I tested a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think the right strategy is to be yourself. So for example, you just said you don't want to do funny videos.
Yeah.
So if somebody is going to force you to do funny videos, you're just going to... And you're going to hate it. You're not going to continue with it. And you will look not authentic. So I think the most right strategy is to give value. That's the number one. And be authentic and do what you like and what you're good at. The reason I do funny content is that that's the one that will get more views and more followers to your page. Sure. Because I've seen many pages who are just only doing education, and it's 500 views, 1,000 views. They can never grow.
Right.
So that's my strategy in terms of diversity, because real estate is for everyone. Yeah. So if I get more people's attentions, more eyes on me, there's a higher chance that out of 1,000 people who follow me, there's going to be somebody who actually wants to buy in the future. So that's the strategy for the
And you
varied
get
content.
more leads, like buyer and tenant leads, or more people wanting to list their properties on your social media platforms, or is it a mix?
It's a big mix, as I said, from jobs to people giving me referrals from overseas, saying that I want to work with you. As I said, once again, trust. Will you pay referrals?
Broker,
yeah, of course.
Right.
Then different areas, and then based on areas, I pass it to the brokers. A big mix, rental, sales. It was such a nice story. There was a lady, and she messaged me, and she said, Alessia, can you give me advice between this project and this project? And I said, yeah, sure. And I called her, she was a stranger at that time. And over the phone, she said, okay, I want to buy that project. When can we go and book? I swear to God, it was like a 10-minute conversation and I closed the sale just because. And then I'm like, how did that happen? And I go back and I realize she's been commenting on my stuff for over a year.
Wow.
Like, nice dress, or where'd you buy this from? And I would respond.
I like the nice dress.
No, it was like completely like female conversation, like without any talk about real estate. And a year later, she asked me a real estate question.
There you go. I close my case. We can go now.
And that's another thing I want to add. People are like, how do you reply to messages? Why do you reply to comments? And I say, it's social media for a reason. You need to be social.
Yeah.
You need to engage in those conversations if you want to build a community. If you're ignoring everybody and not responding, then what is the point?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
What about the haters? Lots of haters?
Honestly, no.
Oh, good. Good for you.
Maybe hidden haters. You don't know.
Maybe like jealousy-wise, but in terms of like sometimes you get like very nasty comments you see on profiles. Sometimes if I post a controversial video and I get it, and then when I see those messages, I'm like, okay, maybe right, this video maybe wasn't that appropriate, because it's also like, hit and miss. It's very difficult.
Yes.
So it's not like, but nothing terrible.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Do you believe in what is being called distress sale? And do you think is distress, or is just more of a marketing tool that social media has a lot of them?
I think distress is a word that's been used in Dubai real estate since 2008.
Yeah.
Since that time when the market really like went down, people were using that word. And I remember in Rare course, they even said, don't use the word distress. So I'm sure the seller is not calling the agent saying that I'm distressed. It's the agent, right, who is using that term to position this unit as an actual like hot deal, let's say, or motivated seller. But like who determines what is distress, what is not, right?
Mahmoud, I think we need to ban this word.
Yeah, it is banned, by the way.
No, it is actually,
banned
and
in the
it's not
rare book.
allowed. Yani, I see people using motivated seller.
Yeah.
I think maybe the best word is
Motivated
opportunity.
seller is acceptable, I think,
Yeah.
because it's a little hint that the seller needs to exit the next 30 days, for example, right?
By
It's a
the way,
hint.
I think it's very good. I'm actually selling one of my cars now on the Bizzle. And like they're giving me ridiculous offers, and I'm actually responding to these people. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm not a motivated seller.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
It's a
because if
nice
it's there,
word.
it's there. And if I don't get the money that I want, I will not
Then,
sell it.
yeah.
But there are sellers in the market who are scared of the situation. Let's
Of
be
course,
honest.
yes.
There's sellers who want to sell fast because they need to invest their money somewhere else.
Yes.
So motivated sellers. So I don't think it doesn't mean distress, right?
Yeah.
Like it means there's a strong motivation as to why they want to sell, and I think you can find that in any market.
Yeah.
But I've seen posts saying war deal.
Oh, I haven't
War
seen this.
deal.
No, it
I'll
was
send
a
you a
video.
screenshot.
You know, the good thing is that all
Word
those
promotion.
guys who were posting this were called by authorities.
I'm sure they have, because it's just ridiculous.
And they were like, nothing is there. It's just, a marketing tool. And even if you go there and check on the prices, it's the same as market prices. So it's just a marketing tool.
That's what I want to add, by the way, about the sellers in Dubai. All the sellers I've spoken to mostly, they really believe in the market. They said, we're not going to panic sell. And as I said, international buyers who called me that I've told you about, they truly believe that Dubai will be even better after this.
Yeah, I'm struggling to see any, what would I call a significant price reduction in any of the established communities.
Yeah.
I'm seeing perhaps further, very far away type of off-plan projects with hundreds of thousands of apartments. You might see people selling at maybe a 15-20%, but I do not see this in ready property. So I think this is a good sign.
Very good sign.
Final question. If there was one thing you like people to know, or one thing you think people are still getting wrong about the UAE real estate market, what would that be?
One thing I would say is that a lot of people still have the speculation approach that go into the Dubai real estate market, put the 20% down, and in 6 months you're going to sell it and make basically double on your money. I think it's a very wrong approach to investment overall. I think a lot of buyers, even from Russia, got burnt with this approach because the agents were like ensuring them that, yes, we're going to resell it in 3-6 months.
Yeah.
I want people to understand, and I'm sure smart investors understand, real estate is not just a gamble. It should be thought of as a long-term investment.
Yes.
And people going into the off-plan, they should, like, let's say if a property is 1 million dirhams, they need to think, will I have 1 million dirhams in the next few years? Not that I'm putting my 200K down now and I'm going to double my money, but if I have to pay the payment plan, I don't have the money. So I think that's the worst thing. I think when somebody is going into a property purchase, just think of it as a long-term. especially that I've
Amazing.
seen how prices crashed in 2008, 2009, and how they've recovered even higher in 2020.
Amazing advice.
Agreed. Thank you. It was a
you so
pleasure to
much.
Thank you.
host
Thank you for having me.
and all the great insights on social media as well.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you
That
so
was
much.
fun
Thank
and
you.
quick.